Okay, Patrick, so here we are in front of, what is this? Where did you get it? What are you going to do with it? I mean, it's an old school bus.
Well, this here is the magic school bus, and it is a 1967 Gillig Chevrolet school bus, and has an interesting bit of back history. Found it right up long distant land of up our road that we live on. And this school bus has been sitting at our good neighbor Pete's house for 24 years. Before it sat, he drove it as an RV for about 5 years, and before that, it was a Curtis Creek school bus from 1968 all the way until 1992. And at that point, Pete had bought it and turned it into an RV. I didn't really know I wanted a school bus. I knew I wanted a tiny house, but this kind of happened to pop into the picture. Dad was doing some work up the road at the neighbor's property and happened to bump into the neighbor and chatted about it and decided it might be a pretty good deal. So we looked into it and thought it might be a nice project. So we decided to go and drag it home.
So yeah, how did that work?
Well, we didn't have to drag it home. This may very well be one of my best vehicle reconnaissance missions I've ever gone on. We were able to successfully start this bus in place after sitting for 24 years. And
it only took you 2 nights, right?
Yeah, it took us 2 or 3 nights. 2 nights to get it running, I guess, and then the next day we came back, and luckily this has air brakes, which those tend to hold up to sitting a lot better than hydraulic brakes. So checked out the brake system, it held air and they hadn't stuck to the drums, so we had a reserve gas tank sitting on the front steps, and we drove the thing home a whole half mile. It was.
And who drove it home?
Well, I drove it home. It was.
What's it like driving a school bus?
Well, it's long. I think it's kind of hard to grasp the length that you have sitting behind you. It's not like driving a car even with a trailer, because it bends in the middle, but this is just so long, and the rear axle isn't even at the very back of the bus, so just keeping track of the front's right here where the driver is, but the back is several many feet.
Several many feet
that way.
Okay.
But took the turns wide and gave her the gas going up the hills, and she made it okay.
Yeah, it sounds rather sedate, but it purrs right along.
It does. I think we were pushing 2-3 miles an hour.
Okay.
On the way, but no reason to rush it.
This is one of the most robust engines ever made, isn't it?
Well, I don't know about ever made, but it was a very robust engine. This is the Chevy 366 V8. Not a very well-known engine, just because it wasn't ever used in passenger cars. It was only used in industrial application. A lot of people don't think they have a lot of value because they aren't really good for hot rodding or anything, but what they are good for is high mileage. This one, I believe, had around 200,000 miles on it before it was rebuilt, and the bus has 240,000 miles on it now. And
it's not just good for long mileage, but it's also good for high revving all the time, right? High RPM?
Not high RPM. This likes to sit at low RPM, but what it can do is it can run all day. As long as you're at the right cruising speed, it'll go all day, you know, all month long, all year long, and that's what it did. You know, this was a school bus that had a really long life. It was in service from 1968 until 92. And, you know, part of the reason is, one, it's sitting on this robust Chevy chassis, and the second is that it is a Gillig school bus. Gillig Brothers was a coach builder, essentially, that built primarily school buses when this was being built. Now they're more well known for their transit buses, and they've done an assortment of industrial vehicles over the years, but their school buses they were well known for, and they had 70% of the market share on the West Coast during this time, and they were known for making some of the most robust school buses ever built. And that was to a school district's benefit, because the longer a school district kept a school bus, the more money they would get for purchasing a new one. So I'm sure they got quite a bit for a new school bus once they retired this one, being it was in service for so long.
What are you going to do with this bus? Just tell me briefly. What are your plans?
Well, not really sure what the long-term plan is. Right now, I'm going to get it cleaned up, get the inside sanitary, as currently it is not sanitary at all. And I'm going to use it as my bedroom for the summer. After the summer, we may end up building it out into a full-fledged skoolie, or tiny house within a school bus. So we may build a small kitchen with a bathroom and living area, but the jury is still out on that.
Wow, that's really exciting.
See that, Clark? That there is an RV.
That's pretty nice there, Eddie.
Parked it in the front yard so all your neighbors could see.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah. This here is a 1967 Gillig school bus, powered none other by the venerable Chevrolet B-Series truck chassis, featuring the indestructible 366 V8. All right, coming on around into this, onto this starboard side. Is that right? We have a beautiful awning here for those sunny days.
Eddie, that doesn't have any fabric on it.
It's for ventilation purposes. Come on inside my humble abode, and you will see that there is exactly enough headroom for somebody who is 6 feet 4 inches tall with no hair. This is the captain's quarters, featuring none other than 6 mirrors for all your visibility purposes. These here are for defrost. And have these plush captain's chairs to keep you comfortable on those long journeys. Then we have this special device, and this is to get apprehensive kids into the bus. It kind of flicks you in. I'll show you how this operates. You know, you get old Susie, she's not excited for her first day of school. Well, you just flip that and she just pops right in.
Works the other way around, doesn't it?
Ingenious. All right, and we have going around, you know, your various switches. Oh, this is the Enterprise. That keeps your passengers in check and lets them know that we will not be stopping for the restroom for another 150 miles. We have various gauges. Many don't work, but that's all right. Don't need them. Industrial first aid kit for your industrial injuries. Coming down the plush thick pile carpet. Nice. We have a bed, couch, pull out. Lovely for all your guests. This is storage. Fridge. And as you can see,
it comes stocked.
Fully stocked. Fully
That's
stocked,
nice. That
folks.
stuff isn't any older than, what, 23 years?
Yeah. Ooh, don't breathe that. Walking through here, we have your industrial sink. I'm going to try and not touch that. And we have 2 luxurious seating. Actually, original features of the bus, pretty plush. This is no rip vinyl. It was actually impossible to rip this.
Comes with the obligatory Indian blanket.
Yes, and we have a 4-burner stove. Doesn't work, but no mind. No matter. And here, this is really ingenious. I think this may be the best feature of the bus. Here you have a full queen size bed for all your queen size purposes. Next to it, right next to it, the toilet and the shower. For all you non-early morning people, this may be your rig. You have to walk no further than stepping out of the bed and into the shower, onto the pooper. This is the first hour of your day right here in this 10 square feet. That, folks, that is efficiency if I have ever seen it. We have full ventilation back there, full ventilation up here. And as it turns out, we have 24 windows of ventilation on either side. So you really get a nice cross breeze flowing through here. This is fully equipped with an intercom system, which I demonstrated earlier. Full dome lighting along either side for all your nighttime activities. So you can see the resident pet has spread their bedding around, minor issue. Now, as you'll notice, most cars today feature a padded dashboard. In the event of an accident, if you hit it, your head doesn't implode. Well, see that if you make a mess on it, though, there's no cleaning that up out of your hand-stitched Italian leather. This, however, this is steel. Your brains explode on that, you just hose them off, sell it to the next guy. Alright, we have the rules of the bus obviously here. This is where you keep your firearms. Barf bags, as such. We've got a previously chromed exhaust tip, stylish. And hooded amber lights, so you can see those in the daytime for all the drivers who are looking at their phones. Now,
It's a nice rounded design.
Yes, well, see, that was for practical purposes. In the colder climates, it helped the snow fall off, which was nice. It also, in these woodland countries where the trees hang over the road, or if there isn't a road, which was often back in these days, it helped the branches simply just go over the top without hanging up. Brilliant, that.
That almost sounds true.
Here we have 2 optional, these were dealer optional, stylish racing stripes down the side. Again, we have a fully framed steel metal mirror. And again, today this is just a design feature that we've seen phased out. Often on modern cars you see plastic mirrors that break off when you hit pedestrians. This won't break off. It'll stay solid. It'll knock the top right off of that pedestrian. But no matter, because you'll have your mirror. We have 2 aerials, CB, to make sure the cops aren't trolling anywhere nearby, and good AM, because FM hadn't been invented yet, tunes right here. These lovely wind wings for full airflow at 50 miles an hour. And full-size indicators so people know where you are going or where you have been.
Well, I look forward to hearing more about the Curtis Creek Skoolie.